I'm Caitlin.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Evan.
I'm Anthony.
And this is our final vlog. In this class, we had 4 units, which was aerospace,
Software engineering.
material science.
And biomedical engineering.
The first unit was aerospace. Aerospace is important because it can help us learn a lot about the world and help us learn more about technological advances. In this unit, we built a satellite that could withstand the forces of shaking it in an oat can for 30 seconds. This was to represent the forces of space. Here's our satellite, and we had to include a certain amount of items onto each of the satellites so that it would be more efficient in space.
Okay, so these are our solar cells. This is our particle analyzer. This is our camera. This is our magnet. This is our laser. This is our satellite. The name of our satellite is
X-Spin.
Our second unit was software engineering, and we used a program called Swift Playgrounds where we learned how to code a bunch of different puzzles.
This is an example of a puzzle we created.
Software engineering helped us learn about coding, and with coding we can advance technology and the world we live in to better use it for God's will.
our second unit is material science.
Material girl.
In this unit, we made plastic forks and biodegradable forks, and we used a mold, and we mixed this ingredient, like all these different ingredients up to make the forks, and we're gonna show you them in a second. So Evan decided to drop our plastics.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Sylvia's thinking her butt. For each of the plastics, we used 3 teaspoons of gelatin. And in the first plastic, we used 2 drops of glycerin. The second plastic used 5 drops of glycerin. And the third plastic used 7 drops of glycerin. So for this experiment, we made 9 molds for each of the plastics to go into, and then we started using gelatin, agar-agar, and cornstarch to make the plastics. After putting the exact amounts of each substrate type, we added a specific amount of glycerin, stuff like that. Then we added a fourth of a cup of water to each mold, and we mixed it until it combined. And then we put 1 cup in to the microwave at a time for a minute, and we watched the cup in the microwave until it bubbled, and then we took it out before it completely overflowed. We then sprayed the mold so that the plastics would not stick, and then we just let it sit. Our plastics grew mold, so we had to redo some of them, and we changed a couple of things. So we made 3 more, right? 3 more. We made 3 more, and we let them sit out, not in a cabinet, and we used parchment paper instead of spraying it. And these were the result of that. No more.
Our last unit was biomedical engineering.
We created designs for how we wanted it to look, and these are how they turned out.
Then we dumped each of the wiffle ball nets into the buckets of water and waited for them to release. Once we saw a sign of release, we marked the time and kept waiting until it was fully released. Then we dunked each of the wiffle ball nets into the water and waited for the first sign of release. Once we saw that, we marked the time and kept waiting a couple more minutes until the time was over. Then we took the wiffle balls out and checked the paper to see if all of it had released. Some of them did and some of them didn't.